A 19-year-old buys a luxurious mansion. A 23-year-old retiree lounges on a yacht. These are the stories we are fed daily on social media. In our digital age, the allure of instant success is more pervasive than ever. With every scroll, every click, we're bombarded with tales of overnight wealth, of young entrepreneurs who've seemingly bypassed the grind and leapt straight into a life of opulence. These narratives are tantalizing, captivating, and often grossly oversimplified. You see, in the kaleidoscope of social media, success is often portrayed as a linear, effortless journey. It's the young tech mogul who sold his startup for millions. It's the influencer with 1 million followers who gets paid just to exist. It's the teenager who made a fortune from a viral video. These stories, while inspiring, often skim over the trials and tribulations, the setbacks and disappointments, the sheer grit and tenacity that underpin every success story. The path to real success is rarely a straight line. It's a winding road laden with obstacles, setbacks, and detours. It's long nights and early mornings. It's rejection and failure. It's persistence in the face of adversity. It's the determination to keep going, to keep striving, even when the odds seem stacked against you. But in the curated world of social media, these realities are often airbrushed out of the picture. Instead, we're served a highlight reel, a montage of victories devoid of the struggles that led to them. And while these narratives may be enticing, they often present a distorted version of reality. The allure of instant success is powerful, but it's important to remember that true success is rarely instant. It's the product of hard work, perseverance, resilience, and oftentimes, a healthy dose of failure. It's the journey, not the destination, that shapes us, that builds our character, and ultimately defines our success. These narratives, while tempting, often serve up a distorted version of reality. But what happens when we start to believe these narratives? What happens when we start comparing our lives to these seemingly perfect success stories? Well, let's delve into that, shall we? Let's talk about the psychological impact of these narratives. You see, as enchanting as they may be, these stories of overnight success can lead to a mental and emotional toll that's often overlooked. Imagine constantly being bombarded with images of success and wealth, stories of individuals who seemingly achieved it all with little to no effort. It's not hard to see how this could create a distorted perception of reality. You start to question why you're not living that same life, why you're not enjoying the same level of success. And this comparison, my friends, can breed a whole host of negative emotions. Anxiety, for one, can spike significantly. The pressure to keep up, to match these success stories, can be overwhelming. You're in a race that you didn't even sign up for, and it feels like you're always trailing behind. Stress naturally follows. The constant striving, the incessant need to prove yourself, it's like walking on a treadmill that never stops. You're left panting, exhausted, yet you're still in the same place. And then there's the feeling of inadequacy, the nagging thought that you're not enough, that you're not doing enough. It's a heavy weight to carry, this feeling of inadequacy. It chips away at your self-esteem, your confidence, leaving you feeling smaller and smaller. But what's important to remember is that these feelings, this anxiety, stress, and inadequacy, they're not reflections of your worth or your abilities. They're byproducts of a distorted reality, a reality that glorifies instant success while downplaying the effort, the struggles, the journey. The constant comparison can leave us feeling inadequate and anxious. But it's crucial to realize that it's not a fair comparison. It's not real. It's a narrative, a story. And like all stories, it's been edited, polished, perfected. The raw, unfiltered reality is often much different, much more complex. And that's what we'll explore in the next chapter. Success, real success, is rarely an overnight phenomenon. It's a journey filled with trials, errors, and the tenacity to keep moving forward. The highlight reels we see on social media, those snapshots of achievement and fortune, often don't tell the full story. They don't show the sweat, the sleepless nights, the doubts, and the countless failures that pave the road to success. Let's consider the story of Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Before his recipe became a global sensation, Sanders faced rejection after rejection. In fact, his famous recipe was turned down over 1,000 times before it was finally accepted. He didn't achieve his overnight success until he was in his 60s. His story is a testament to the power of perseverance and resilience. Or take the example of J.K. Rowling. Before the world fell in love with Harry Potter, Rowling was a single mother struggling to make ends meet. She was rejected by 12 publishers before Bloomsbury finally decided to publish her book. And we all know how that story ends. It's a tale of rags to riches, but one that didn't happen overnight. And then, there's Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His journey to inventing the light bulb was marked by countless failures, but he saw each one as a stepping stone, a learning experience that brought him closer to his goal. These stories remind us that success is not a destination that we arrive at overnight. It's a journey, filled with ups and downs, triumphs and failures. It takes time, effort, and a whole lot of resilience. It's about learning from our failures and using them as stepping stones to move forward. So, the next time you're scrolling through social media, remember that the snapshots of success you see are just that, snapshots. They don't tell the whole story. The reality of success is much more complex, much more challenging, but also much more rewarding. Success is a journey, not a destination. So how do we navigate this landscape? How do we manage our expectations in a world that glorifies instant success? Let's take a moment to explore this. Firstly, we must understand that setting healthy expectations begins with defining success on our own terms. We often fall into the trap of comparing our lives to those we see on social media, forgetting that these platforms often only show the highlight reel, not the day-to-day grind. This comparison can lead to unrealistic expectations and unnecessary stress. Instead, try to redefine success for yourself. Maybe success to you means finding balance between your work and personal life. Or perhaps it means pursuing a passion, regardless of the financial gain. Success might look like continual self-improvement, or it could be about making a positive impact on the lives of others. The point is, success is deeply personal and varies from person to person. Now, with this personalized definition of success in mind, it's time to set some realistic goals. Goal setting is a powerful exercise that can provide direction and help measure progress. But remember, these goals should be achievable and time-bound. Setting an unrealistic goal will only set you up for disappointment and self-doubt. As you journey towards your goals, focus on personal growth. Celebrate small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience and determination. Take pride in these moments. They're proof of your progress. Lastly, let's not forget, it's okay to fail. Failure is not a sign of weakness, but a stepping stone towards success. It's a valuable teacher, offering lessons that can't be learned elsewhere. So embrace your failures, learn from them, and continue moving forward. In conclusion, navigating the world of social media and managing expectations isn't always easy, but with a clear definition of success, realistic goals, and a focus on personal growth, it becomes a lot more manageable. Remember, success is subjective. Define it on your own terms. Navigating the social media landscape doesn't have to be anxiety-inducing. Let's explore some strategies to help manage and mitigate the stress and pressure that can arise from our digital interactions. First, consider the idea of a digital detox. This is essentially taking a break from social media, providing your mind with a much-needed respite from the constant influx of information and comparisons. Even just a day or two can make a significant difference, allowing you to reset and regain perspective. Secondly, think about curating your social media feed. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate or stressed, and instead, fill your feed with content that inspires, uplifts, and motivates you. This can drastically change your experience and relationship with these platforms. Next, engage in mindfulness practices. These can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before logging on, or as comprehensive as a regular meditation routine. Mindfulness helps ground us in the present moment, reducing the tendency to compare ourselves with others or stress about the future. Additionally, consider setting specific times for social media use. Rather than checking your accounts sporadically throughout the day, allocate specific social media time. This can help prevent the platforms from consuming your day and give you more control over your time and attention. Finally, remember to practice self-compassion. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism when we see others' curated highlights. But remember, everyone is on their own unique journey, with ups and downs that aren't always visible online. In conclusion, managing social media anxiety is about taking control of your time, your attention, and most importantly, your perspective. Remember that social media is just a tool. It's how you choose to use it that determines your experience. Taking control of your social media experience can significantly reduce anxiety and stress. Remember, your worth is not determined by likes, shares, or comments. You are more than your social media presence. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, is a key ingredient in the recipe for success. It's the secret sauce that separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall by the wayside. But what is resilience really, and how can we cultivate it? Resilience is more than just a buzzword. It's about mental toughness, about the ability to keep going when the going gets tough. It's about viewing failures not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to learn, grow, and become better. It's about maintaining a positive outlook, even in the face of adversity. Building resilience is like building a muscle. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. So how can you strengthen your resilience muscle? Firstly, embrace challenges. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. It's a chance to test your abilities, to learn something new, and to gain experience that you can use to overcome future obstacles. Rather than shying away from difficulties, face them head on. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Secondly, maintain a long-term perspective. Success is rarely achieved overnight. It's a journey often filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. By keeping your eyes on the prize and staying focused on your long-term goals, you can navigate these bumps in the road with grace and determination. Finally, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you stumble. Acknowledge your efforts, even when they don't lead to immediate success. Celebrate your small victories, as they are stepping stones on your path to achieving your larger goals. Resilience is not about never failing, but about never giving up. It's about bouncing back, dusting yourself off, and moving forward stronger and wiser than before. Embrace the challenges. They are stepping stones to your success. Your journey is unique. It's meant to be savored, not rushed. Each one of us has a path that's entirely our own, filled with challenges to overcome, victories to savor, lessons to learn. It's in these experiences, not just in reaching the destination, where we find the real richness of life. We often forget that success isn't always about the end game. It's about the sweat, the resilience, the unwavering persistence, the countless hours of hard work. It's about the joy we find in the journey itself. So, let's not get lost in the illusion of instant success. Let's not measure our worth by someone else's yardstick. Let's make our own rules, define our own success, and walk our own path. Remember, it's not about getting there the fastest. It's about embracing every step of the way, learning from each stumble, and growing stronger with every stride. Celebrate your journey, every step of it, because that's where the real success lies.